Hey Beauty Squad, it's your girl TeeTee. Welcome back to my channel of all things life, love, and beauty. I hope you guys are staying warm. It's been dry for 2 days here in LA, and I, like most of us, are very, very happy about that because it did rain majority of this week. And the fact that it hasn't in 2 days, it's almost exciting. I think there is rain scheduled for in another day or two, but we've gone 2 days without rain, and that really says a lot because people here lose their mind when it rains. So it's just good to not have any rain the last couple of days. So, and which leads me to tonight, my better half and I, aka Chocolate, are heading out to a birthday party tonight. So any reason for me to get glam, get extra glam and all that good stuff like that, I'm usually down for stuff like that. So guess what? You guys are going to get ready with me. I haven't done a get ready with me in a while. Kind of update you guys on life stuff, marriage and family and drama and all the good stuff like that. all the things that come with family. And it's actually laughable is what it is. So, but before we get into this, get ready with me. And we're going to try a couple new products today as well, too. Just a couple of things we're going to try today and get my thoughts, on those items. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I say it all the time. You're already here. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. I do read your comments, your questions, and I respond to every single one of them. So feel free to ask away. So let's just get into this. Get ready with me, and we'll get caught up on, all the good things that life, love, and family have to offer. Stay tuned. All right, so let's catch up. So we're going to a birthday party for one of Derek's co-workers down in LA. The party is in LA. So any reason or excuse for me to get dressed up and put some makeup on, lashes and all that, that's always a plus for me. So I've already done my eyebrows, prepped my eyes. I added some of my Tom Ford glow drops to kind of the high points of my face. So that's why there's like a little extra shine there. And I'm going to go in with my Pat McGrath. This is the Mothership palette. I don't know, this is the last one that came out in December. And I haven't used it in a little while. So I'm going to use it today because there's a couple colors in here. I'm going to actually combine a couple of palettes here to achieve the look that I'm going for. So, as I said, Derek and I, we celebrated our 1 year anniversary here. Here, let's just kind of, let's see. Well, we'll just kind of come here. I'm going to bring this a little closer. I'm just going to take a bullet brush and look how pretty this palette is. I'm going to start off with this purple, kind of put it in, kind of bring it in at an angle today. So we're going to, so we celebrated our, look at that, oh, Jesus, our 1 year anniversary back in October, and we went to Hawaii, which was great. We both love Hawaii, so, that's a plus when you both love, a particular place, where you're going, and Hawaii is beautiful. We saw a little bit of everything while, we were there. We've been there, not together. This was our first time together. And the weather was nice. It was, I'm going to say probably 80, and it rained. It rained actually. Kind of like that tropical, rain, you kind of get. But it was nice. But we saw Pearl Harbor and the Dole Plantation. We went down to Honolulu. I mean, it was nice. I started with my left eye because that is the eye that I tend to struggle with the most. It's the weaker eye, and obviously because I'm right-handed, so anything I do on my right is always going to come out, a lot better. And so, see, I'm just kind of bringing this in at an angle and trying to just deepen this. And this is a really, really deep purple here. Now for our first year of marriage, it was a good year. Derek and I did a lot. Our first year, we, bought a house about, here almost a year. So I was still living in my house in Inglewood, and we were kind of going back and forth. And I'd been in my house for like 17 years. So definitely, you know, proud of myself for, you know, such an accomplishment. And you know, he has a small, well, she's not small, she's 12 now. And so we didn't really kind of want to uproot her and all that, you know, they had here in the IE for over 20 years. So I, you know, rented out, you know, my house, and, you know, after the wedding, and we started looking and all of that. And then, you know, we bought a house out in the Inland Empire outside of LA. Anyone who lives in LA knows it's like in Timbuktu or Tanzania. It's far. It's about 50 miles outside of the city. I call it Tanzania. And so Derek's been out here for a very long time. I never would have thought I'd live in the Inland Empire, because I just very seldom came out here other than to visit my aunt and my girlfriend, you know, Rhonda. Yeah, I probably would have, you know, no immediate interest in the IE. But, you know, for marriage, you know, that's kind of what you do, right? It's all about sacrifice. So rented out my house, and, you know, it took me a while to find a good renter. But once I found a good renter, you know, it's been great. And, you know, I've said a couple times before, you know, it's been raining so much here, and I have an older house over by the stadium, you know, that they're building. I'm just continuing to build this color up because I really want it to be dark. And it's a really deep, pretty purple, and it's probably going to be, yeah, it's going to be really, really nice. So, and my home is near the stadium, so my renters have been, you know, great so far. And with the rain, you know, came issues and problems, you know, as, you know, rain, you know, brings that kind of stuff. So see, kind of do it at a slant here, you know, playing around, you know, a little bit, and just really kind of building that deep purple up, because I'm going to go for a couple of different colors here. So, and let me just add some concealer, because I really kind of want the color to stand out and be really defined. I'm just going to use this L'Oreal Infallible, because it's right, it just happens to be right here next to me. So it's the chosen one. So, you know, and moving out here, you know, to the IE, very different, you know, from LA, I'll say. You know, it's very different. It's definitely, you know, very family oriented. And we've been here for about, God, almost a year now. Hard to believe, you know, time is just seriously, you know, flying by. And I tell you, the IE is different, and I'm still adjusting, again, because I'm coming from LA to a very, very, you know, suburban, you know, family oriented, you know, area. So it's obviously different for me. Do I miss LA? Absolutely. I miss the hustle and bustle of LA, the people, you know, just everything about it. And anyone who lives out here in the IE, I'm still unclear as to why everything closes so early. I don't get that. Things start to shut down here like at 10 o'clock, and that just absolutely amazes me. So, but I'm like, okay, I get it, maybe. So, and we have been out here a year, and that's hard to believe. It was, you know, this house that we bought together, you know, great house. The previous owners are very, very special. She still comes by on occasion. There's a movie coming out called The Intruder, and I swear it's based on her. And this was kind of one of those things when we bought this house, you know, and when we came to look at it, you know, together, just kind of just trying to cut this just right where I want the eyeshadow to go without doing too much. And when we came, you know, everybody lives differently, and it was just, you know, different. Different, you know, we'll just, you know, leave it at different. And yeah, it's just been, it's kind of one of those things, you know, you buy a house, you just never know what you're going to get. You know, I lived in my house almost 20 years, so it's not like any crazy people would come by our house. There would be, you know, my house, you know, nothing, you know, like that. Here, our house was raided by ATF or the police as we were leaving to go to Hawaii, which was crazy, looking for the owner of the house. And that was yeah, not pleasant, as you know, you can imagine. You know, we're getting ready to go on vacation and we get a knock around 4:30 in the morning. It's ATF. Searched our house. Searched our house from top to bottom looking for this fool. And I'm just like, for real, this is really how our vacation is going to start? Which I'm like, our vacation is going to be good from here on out. That's the only thing I can think of. So I'm going to go into the Norvina palette because I want to use this rose gold color up against this purple that I put on. See? Very nice, huh? Very nice. So I'm going to just dip into this here. So this house is, it just seems like there's just been, you know, one incident after one incident after one incident. Every time we turn around, it's, you know, something going on. But, you know, it makes for great conversation, I'll just say. So we've made it through that, believe it or not. And it's just amazing to me how, you know, time has completely just flown by, you know, so quickly, and that we've been married a year and we bought a house. And in that process, you know, I've said a couple times on my channel, my mother lived around the corner from me, and my mother and I, you know, have been, you know, very close. And you know, things changed, you know, got married and moved, and she knew I was going to move. And, you know, I haven't talked to her in about a year. I haven't seen my nephew, you know, in a year. And, you know, that makes me, it makes me really, really sad. And, but you know what, at the same time, you know, I don't let it stop me from continuing to live. I haven't seen my nephew in person. I've seen pictures that my brother, his dad, you know, sends me, and he's getting big, and I bought him some stuff for Christmas that, you know, he supposedly really loved, like shoes, you know, some little Converse and Vans, you know, they got all these little decorations, you know, on them and all that. And yes, I'm just packing on this color here, this rose gold here. And you know, I miss him, you know, foremost, because, you know, he could definitely, you know, he would come out, you know, have him come out here, you know, and visit, and, you know, not have, you know, the worries that, you know, things in, you know, LA tend to bring. So I'm going to go back into my Pat McGrath palette, and I'm going to top it off with these two colors here, just to kind of give me some extra sparkle there. And then I'm going to go back over that with some more purple, you know, in there too. So I miss my nephew the most. You know, she does allow him, you know, to call me, which, you know, I'm grateful for that. And I do check on him, you know, through my brother. But, you know, I miss him. You know, he was a part of my life. I've watched him grow up. I raised him the first, you know, few years. You know, he was here. And I know he misses me, because we used to have fun together. We used to do things together all the time. And I miss my mother, you know, truth be told. And, you know, there are just, you know, some things, you know, I love my mother, but, you know, I miss her. I don't miss a lot of her ways, you know, but I miss her, you know, simply because, you know, she's my mother. But, you know, I have, you know, my aunt, you know, out here. She lives in Corona. you know, and her family, her kids, you know, who I had a hand in, you know, helping raise too. I mean, look at that. Look at that color. That's nice. You just kind of top it all off and got to go back in and kind of clean that purple up a little bit. But so, you know, would I want my mother to be included on a couple of things? Yeah, absolutely. You know, she's missing out, you know, on, you know, our life is continuing. Just because, you know, we're not talking, you know, doesn't mean that, you know, life doesn't still go on, because it is still going on. But, you know, hopefully, you know, one day we'll make amends. In this process, I lost another friend, you know, a good friend that I've had for, God, probably 25, 30 years. And, you know, got upset with me over something that I didn't do. And, you know, it didn't seem like her and my mother formed an alliance. And I'm kind of like, okay, you know, you can't, you know, let that stuff, you know, get to you and bother you, because it will eat at you alive. And I just refuse to do that. So, but, you know, my friend's daughter, my goddaughter, you know, her and I have a great relationship. And, you know, I'm watching her, you know, grow up. She is grown. She's 21, you know, now. And I'm helping navigate, you know, some of her life decisions, you know, some of her, you know, choices. I'm just going to lightly blend this out just a little bit. And, you know, so I at least, you know, I have that. But, you know, you just can't let, you know, family, you know, drama and all that, you know, get the best of you, because it absolutely will. And, you know, maybe someday, you know, we'll look back on this, you know, my mother and I and my really good friend and I, and kind of laugh it off, like, oh my God, what were we even mad about? And one thing about me is I have a damn good memory, so I'm not going to forget. But, you know, it's like, you know, my mother, you know, got mad because I got married and I moved, and she felt like I gave up a lot, when, you know, I didn't. You know, I compromised, because that's what you do, you know, in a marriage. That's what you do. That's what I did. And, you know, we're still okay. We're still okay. So someday, you know, maybe we'll be normal, I'll say. Yeah, maybe, you know, we'll be normal. What you guys think? I like it. I actually, yeah, I like it. I like it. It's like the slant is better on this eye. Again, it's the right eye, so it's the stronger eye, you know, where my hand is. You know, this a little thicker. And could I make this side thicker? I absolutely could, which is what I'll do here. Kind of add, yeah, just a little bit more there. Kind of curve it out there, but, you know, such is life. Life still goes on. You know, I've always had a great relationship, you know, with my aunt, with both of my aunts. So I'm just gonna pack on some more of this bright color here. So, you know, someday, you know, it will, you know, all work itself out, as I know, you know, things normally do. But I miss my nephew, and I miss, you know, hanging out with him, taking him to school, and our car selfies, and, you know, telling him, you know, answering, you know, his questions about, you know, life and all that, and just watching him grow up. You know, I've seen him, you know, as a baby, and, you know, watching, you know, he's definitely who I miss the most. And I'm not going to add a lot of eyeliner, just kind of right there, because you really probably won't be able to see it, because this purple is just so deep. This purple is like just extra. extra deep here. I definitely miss my nephew the most, my little Mo. And, you know, he's getting big, and, you know, I miss him. You know, it's been, you know, a year too long that I haven't seen him, and I miss him. I love him and I miss him. And like I said, you know, he would definitely, you know, probably come out here and, you know, spend weekends with us. And that would definitely give me a reason to probably go to LA more than I normally do now, because, you know, having, you know, family and friends out here already, you know, there's really no need for me a lot of times to go to LA. So let me just go on with my foundation. I'm going to use my Lancome Tint Idol Ultra Wear, and I'm 460 in this one. Now, what will I say as far as a year of marriage? You know, I didn't know what to expect, so I can't say, you know, one way or another, but, you know, it's been a good year. It hasn't been a perfect year, you know, but you know, there's always, you know, room for, you know, improvement, progress, and, you know, and all that, you know, good stuff like that. But you know, it's kind of one of those things. I'm glad I waited till I was older, you know, to get married. You know, being we are who we are, you know, at this point, and kind of settled, you know, in our ways, and what you see is what you get. You know, I was a single woman who owned her own home, and probably, you know, would I have gotten married? I don't know. It's hard to say, but, you know, I'm glad I did when I did it, and I love my husband dearly. He's a great man. He's very, very gentle, tender, kind, silly, very silly. And, you know, I definitely, you know, appreciate, you know, him for who he is, and would, you know, never take advantage of him or us, or, you know, what we have. Because good men are hard to come by, and I think we all know that. I went a little extra on the foundation because we're going to be gone for a little while. So, and I normally don't lay on my foundation, you know, quite this thick, you know, but again, we're going to be gone for a little while, because I usually go with a nice sheer coverage. So, but this is going to, you know, last me all night. You know, first year of marriage, you know, again, you know, buying a house, and it was stressful buying a house, because it was like the longest escrow, you know, known to man. I'll say it was like a 90 or 60 or 90 day escrow, and it was just extremely stressful. And, you know, I'll say, you know, we went through some family members, and don't think we'll ever do that again. As a matter of fact, I know we won't ever do that again. But, you know, buying a house is already, you know, stressful, and just, you know, other factors, you know, in there as well too. So, you know, we made it a year, and we're already, you know, planning our next our next what's it called, our next anniversary trip. We got married in Jamaica, and so I've almost got him convinced that we need to go back to Jamaica, you know, sooner than later. So I think he's definitely getting there, because Hawaii was great, but, you know, Hawaii is also not all inclusive. So, you know, that's another thing. It's a beautiful place, but it's, you know, so, and, you know, like I said, he has, you know, 2 kids, you know, from his, you know, previous marriage. We will not be having kids. because that threshold has come and gone. Well, it's come. I don't know if I could say it's gone, because Halle Berry had a child. Didn't she have one at 50? And then Bridget Nielsen had one at 50 or something like that? That ain't going to be me. So we're not even going there with that. Yeah, that's just not going to happen. Now, my mother might not be happy about that part. But I'm like, you have a grandchild. Now, there's 3 of us. I have 2 brothers, and it's only my older brother that has my nephew, and that's enough. My younger brother, I don't know if my younger brother is going to have kids, but I will tell you, my younger brother is 5 years younger than me, and he turned 45 this year, and I was just like, oh my God, the baby brother is 45? I'm like, oh my God, yeah, how crazy is that? But yeah, it is weird. All right, so let's wipe off this slight bake here. Boy, such is life. I added some of the little gold, and actually I mixed, I'm just a mixing colors food today. I actually mixed in the Pat McGrath palette the gold here and this color here, and this, that's what I got, and actually came out actually better than I thought it was going to come out. All right, so I'm going to try to set this, and one of the new products I have is the Chanel setting powder, and I saw Andrea Renee. I watch her channel, and I love Chanel, so the downside to some of Chanel's products is she puts perfume in her products, so I'm not, a big fan on that, but I'm gonna, I mean, this stuff, it's nice, and it feels like butter. Feels very, very nice. So I'm gonna just kind of set what I have here now. Let's kind of do that now all over. So again, because I need my makeup to last a little while, today, and I have no creasing, which, sometimes, that can be a struggle. Creasing can be a struggle, but I have no. So we'll see how this holds up. I don't remember how much this is, but it's Chanel, so it probably wasn't cheap, and I just used a flat brush to kind of brush that on. And then let's just get some bronzer going, and we're gonna be just about done. Just kind of warm me up here, but as I was saying about marriage, it's great, definitely, do it, with someone, obviously, who you love to spend time with, because that's important. And I tell you, before I got married, in dating life, if I got tired of you, I'm like, I know I can't. You're probably not the one for me if I can get tired of you, that that easily. I'm like, nah, you probably aren't the one for me. And I stayed, single for a long time. So, and I was happy single. So I'm not going to say that, I was unhappy single, because I certainly, was not. I definitely wasn't. But, I was just, content with either being at home or, with friends, hanging out, the occasional date, nothing really, really, really special. So, so, I would say, if you're going to get married, definitely, make sure, it's something you want to do, and to the person you want to do it with. So, because that's certainly important, someone who, supports your dreams, and whatever it is that you do. I actually, I went back to school a few years ago, and I actually graduated. I graduated last year in April, but I still had 2 elective classes that I needed to complete. And that's usually where a lot of people, burn out, from school. They're just kind of like, okay, you know, that one last class, and it, you know, starts to drag and all of that, and they never complete their degree. And I just refuse. I'm like, I've gone this far. I've come this far, so I may, you know, I want to just finish. And I tell you, I've been using this Mac Extended Play Gigabyte. This little wand here is a miracle worker, because it just gets like in the little nuances of your eyelashes, and it is just, yeah, it's just really, really nice. So, you know, I said I'm not going to be that person who doesn't, you know, finish their degree, you know, because you got one class to finish or something like that. And so I, you know, took a break, and that's usually where people make the mistake. I took one class, and then the other class started as we were coming back from Hawaii from our anniversary, and it wrapped up in December. And it was probably an art class, because I love art. And I wrapped that up, and my degree came a couple weeks ago in the mail. And talk about a sense of accomplishment. That was just, it just doesn't get any better than that. It was all worth the sacrifice, the, you know, the time I gave up, the parties I gave up, hanging out with friends and family I gave up over the last few years to complete my degree. And I wouldn't do anything different. You know, as my schooling was wrapping up, you know, I had my last class, which required a 50-page paper. We were planning the wedding, looking for a place to live. I mean, it was just like so much, you know, going on, and I completed it. I absolutely completed it. And if I can do it, work full-time, traveling for work, going to school, planning a wedding, trying to move, trying to rent my house out, it could be done. Don't ever let anyone tell you that it can't be done. It just takes discipline, organization, and good time management, and it can be done. So let me add some highlight, and I'm going to use the Hyper Real Glow from MAC, the peach. It's called Shimmy Peach, and I love the first one that they came out with, the gold. I mean, look at these colors, really, really pretty. The names of them are, let's see, here we go, I'll tell you: Paradise, Shimmy Peach, and Glow Baby Glow. Very pretty, bronzy, kind of like a nude and then a gold. So I'm just going to take my brush and just swipe that together and add that on there. Let's just see what kind of highlight we get. Kind of that, may need to, you know, spray the brush there. I really like the first one. I mean, it's going on okay. And, you know, it will, as I keep layering it on. All right, so for my lips, I'm going to go with the Mented Peach Please, kind of a, no, yeah, Peach Please nude color here. Just continuing with the whole nude thing. And, of course, I'm going to put gloss on top. Okay. And some gloss. I'm going to use Nifet from MAC. Here we go, guys. This is it. So this is the finished everything, our conversation. You know, bottom line is, you know, someday, hopefully soon, I'll see my nephew. I'll talk to my mother and my really good friend. We'll put all of this foolishness, you know, behind us. But until then, you know, life continues to move on, because it doesn't stop, and it shouldn't stop. You know, I still have, you know, family, friends, you know, in-laws. You know, no, there's nothing like, you know, your family, but, you know, life still has to go on and continue. As, you know, my hair, this is my hair, guys. It's really grown a lot, but I am definitely happy with my growth. So we caught up on a lot, guys. We caught up on a lot. Try some new products. The glow here from MAC. Got to kind of build it up a bit, but once you get it there, it works. And I forgot blush. Oh, Jesus. Let me just add some blush. I'm going to use this Buxom. I'm like, it's sitting. I'm like, I'm missing something. The Wanderlust. And this is Goa. This is Goa, kind of a pinky color, so kind of, ooh, wow. Okay, let's just wipe some of that up. I'm looking in this like it's a mirror. Just kind of add a little right there underneath my, ooh, Jesus, that stuff is, woo, bright. Okay, just a little bit. Yeah, just a tad. I like it. Okay, and we tried the blush. I like it. Just kind of blended in, you know, very well with that. But this is a finished look, guys. I hope you like it. I'm glad we've had a chance to talk and catch up. You know, it's like we're family, you know, good friends. We can talk about all kinds of stuff. You know, definitely this blush I like. I like the powder here from Chanel. Really like that, and I like combining my two palettes here, my Pat McGrath and Norvina, to get this look, even though the one color in the Mothership palette is kind of surpassing, but that purple there, yeah, that purple is giving me life. So, but I'm glad we've had a chance to talk and catch up. Let me know what you guys think. How's your family situation? How's married life, single life, couples life for you guys? Share below, and I'll definitely, you know, respond and comment. Until next time, don't forget to subscribe. LaTanya Christina, aka TeeTee, is out. I love you all.